Hello everybody, today we're replacing these old crane valves. They are not working anymore, they are stripped. So we're going to install a new posit temp mowing, and instead of breaking all the tile and a lot of work, we're going to do this instead. This is how it's going to look at the end, beautiful. So don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. This is the Moen Adler mixing valve we're going to install, not even $100. And it looks very nice and a very good price. We're going to be using the Smitty Remodeling cover plate. You can get it at Menards, Home Depot, Lowe's, anywhere. And but please know that you can buy a better one from Moen, but you have to order it. It looks kind of cheap, but it'll do the trick. Nothing fancy, but it looks okay. So we removed the cartridges, and now we're gonna remove the spout. I already removed it, and we have to remove all the piping. We're gonna cut it for, so what I did now, I put tape. I applied tape to the wall to protect the finish of the wall, and so I can mark my template. So as you could see, I marked my template with pencil. You're gonna center it, and then you're gonna make a mark around it like a template. And then what you're gonna do, you're gonna put a ½ an inch inside the template mark. So we're gonna be ½ an inch inside that template mark, because we're gonna cut, and we need at least ½ an inch of tile to hold our scutcheon, the big one. So now let me show you here. You see the line there, the one with marker. So make sure this is the bracket that is gonna hold the scutcheon. So this is the scutcheon, this is the plate, and those holes that you see there are for the screw, and the screw is gonna hold the plate right there. So make sure you have enough tile for the bracket to be supported. Otherwise, if it's too big, you're not gonna be able to hold it. So make sure that you don't cut your tile too much. Now we're gonna cut the wall with a grinder. Make sure you use protection, a mask, and you can cut it with a grinder. You can cut it with you could use so many tools, but I'm gonna use a grinder. And make sure there's somebody with a vacuum cleaner to catch all the dust, and you're gonna cut it just like that. And now that you cut it, we're gonna remove the tile, and we're gonna remove all the drywall, and we're gonna clean that up. We're gonna clean it up so we have the most room to work with. Okay, so I think we need the Multimax to clean it better. Remember, the most room you get, the better, because it's gonna be hard to solder inside that wall. So now I'm gonna cut. I'm using the Multimax to cut the pipes, because I need to cut them to separate them. I just cut the right, now I'm cutting the left. You may use a saw, you may use a grinder, you may use whatever tool you have. I use the Multimax because even though it vibrates a lot, but it doesn't have an impact on the pipes. So we're gonna remove all that. So now remember, don't cut any pipes, don't cut any copper, because you need the most pipe to work on it inside. If you cut the copper, then you're gonna be in trouble. So we're gonna use a torch to remove the fittings. Now I'm wetting all the area around it because I'm gonna use the torch. you have to protect, you have to make sure you don't create a fire and you lose a building over this small job. So wet the area, and then I'm gonna use this fire retardant blanket to protect. So take your precautions and do what you have to do. Now I'm using the torch to remove all the old pieces because you want to save the copper pipe. Remember, don't cut it. And now that we have it like that, you have to make sure everything is very clean before you solder, because you're gonna have only one shot for this. If you don't solder well and it leaks, then you might have to cut. So now I just put it together. I measure the pipe, cut it, put my 90-degree, my couplers. Make sure the valve is pointing up, the word up on top. And later on I'm gonna do my spout divider after I solder. So now I'm gonna solder all my fittings. You know, nothing special. Take your time. So I had to lower my spout divider a couple inches so it looks kind of decent. So now I'm done soldering. So after you solder and it cools off, just make sure you clean the excess flux, because if you leave it, it's gonna destroy the copper pipe and it's gonna look bad and it's gonna develop holes in the pipe. So make sure. And then very important, you have to flush the valve, turn the water on and then flush it so it cleans any debris that might be inside. So now we have the water back on, and then we are testing. There's pressure in the pipes, so it seems like we don't have any leaks, so we're good. So now we're gonna install our bracket with the plate. Now remember, the bracket, it has those two studs in the back, the metal ones. Make sure you sandwich the tile with the bracket piece and the plate. Take your time, do one side, do the other one, make sure it looks nice, center it, do the sleeve for the posi temp. Now we're gonna do our escutcheon, we're gonna do the handle and everything, and now we're gonna do the spout divider. So this is how it looks. It looks very nice, and we didn't have to break the tile. Before I used to break the wall around it, but now that I found this way, I like this way, and it's gonna take half of the time. So if you like this video, if it was beneficial to you, please like and subscribe. Let me tell you what I would have done different. This is the first time I do this. I centered everything right and left, top and bottom. So what I do different is the two pipes coming from under are more important than the top, because the top, if we raised everything 1 inch, then you're gonna have 1 inch more to solder at the bottom, and it doesn't matter too much at the top because you have just one solder and it's easier, the one for the shower head. So I will raise it 1 inch so you have more room to solder. So that's it. Thank you so very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next video.